All right, some breaking information coming on in for you guys. You can actually see right there some new information. We have some advisories issued here in the tri-state, and what you're looking at right here is going to be a freeze watch issued there, which means temperatures, yeah, they're going to be cold, not just tomorrow morning, but especially Friday morning. That's when we're forecasting the coldest of temperatures. So good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. This information was actually just posted literally seconds before I said go live. So I'm just figuring out the details live here on 19 at noon for you guys. So let me open up my chat with the National Weather Service and get you the full rundown on what this freeze watch is about. So we actually here in Cincinnati, behind the freeze watch that you see behind me, there's a frost advisory. This is for tomorrow morning. Thursday has a frost advisory for the entire tri-state area. So that includes downtown Cincinnati, that includes Middletown, that includes Georgetown, Batesville, the entire tri-state area now under a frost advisory for Thursday morning. And then what you see here on your screen, what you see right here behind me, is a freeze watch. That's going to be for Friday morning. That's that first alert weather day. And so temperatures, they're actually starting to trend a little bit colder than what we've been forecasting. So that's some new information. And of course, this is some breaking information coming in right now at noon. So we'll be tracking how cold these temperatures are going to get, what that means for you guys as soon as we know more details. But for now, just it's cold. It's going to be getting colder, especially for those mornings. The frost advisory, yeah, temperatures could get as low as 35 degrees as soon as tomorrow morning. And then Friday, we could actually tap into some freezing temperatures. That's some cool information, or quite literally cool information, whereas here in Cincinnati, we're seeing a little bit more sunshine right now. It's a little bit on the breezy side. You've got temperatures still waking up. We still have some people hanging on to the 40s right now here in Cincinnati. It is around 54 degrees, give or take. It's looking like half sun, half clouds. I'll show you the image here in just a second. But yeah, I'm actually going to start to change a little bit of things and try to update things live on 19 at noon too, because yeah, that's some new information. So frost advisories Thursday, freeze watches Friday. It's going to be cold, guys. I mean, we've been tracking that for a while now, and this just goes to show that it's going to be locking itself in as we get just a little bit closer. So I'm actually just working to change that graphic real quick. That's why you saw it kind of shift around. There we go. Frost advisories Thursday and freeze watches Friday. True fall weather on Saturday. So to give you an idea of what those mornings are going to look like, we're going to take a look at that here in a second. I want to talk a little bit more about what we're seeing right now before we talk about those frost advisories, those freeze watches as well. Yeah, we'll get right into it. So today, while you're going to notice a little bit cooler temperatures, you're also noticing those breezes kicking up too. They're still gusting up to about 25, 30 miles per hour. So not only is it cold in the temperatures, but you do have to factor in a wind chill. So with these winds that you see here, here is what the wind chill values are around the tri-state. We're still seeing wind chill values in the 30s up north of Cincinnati towards Connorsville, middle to low 40s in Wilmington, Hillsborough. Definitely want to have the jacket stepping out the door over the next few hours. You could argue the coat. It depends on your cold tolerance. I mean, mid-50s and hanging on to some clouds throughout the day today. And the difference as we step into tomorrow into Friday is, of course, those really cold mornings. But then because we have cold mornings, clear mornings too, the afternoons, you'll notice some sun, at least more sun compared to today. All right. Here's tomorrow morning's forecast, 38 degrees here in Cincinnati. And I mean, yeah, it's looking like frost is possible. And I was talking about this during our 10 and our 11 o'clock newscast that we could see frost advisories as soon as today. And that's exactly what happened. The National Weather Service was kind of picking up what we were putting down, being like, you know what? You're right. Of course, that's not how it works. We just kind of think alike looking at the same data. But temperatures in the afternoon on Thursday, after a somewhat frosty start, they're going to be in the middle 40s. And yeah, I mean, you could argue we might have to issue a first alert weather warning for, go ahead and get into your Friday morning, because that's still looking like the coldest morning. And I need to update this graphic. This graphic needs updated because frost is likely, freeze is possible for most of the tri-state here on Friday morning. So Friday morning freeze? Question mark may need to be the new headline as temperatures drop into the mid-30s, and newest data, like fresh data coming in hot or cold, is suggesting some of us could drop near freezing on Friday morning. And so bring in the plants. Do it today. Now that we're seeing this new data, do it today, because you'll regret it. You could lose your plants. And also bring in your pets too, your outdoor pets, bring them inside. Do them a favor as we see these chilly mornings. And let's show you what this new data looks like live here on 19 at noon. So here's what we're waking up to on Thursday morning. This map suggests low 30s as soon as Thursday morning. Others say the mid 30s, so we're still holding on to that. But notice this, just relative to Thursday, Friday's looking colder, temperatures even colder in that forecast too. We just can't rule out freezing temperatures, guys. And we might have to issue a first alert weather day for tomorrow now that we're seeing cooler temperatures and now that we have some frost advisories in effect for the tri-state. So I'm actually going to show you the frost advisory real quick because I know this map kind of has a lot going on here. And I think it's because the National Weather Service in Wilmington, they were waiting on this new data to issue anything. And so that's why we kind of saw it all at once. Normal to see stuff like that, and by no means is it out of the ordinary. Let me show you what the frost advisories look like. So the frost advisories for tonight is everywhere that you see there in the purple, the periwinkle, if you will. So that includes Fayette, Union, Franklin, Ripley, Dearborn, Ohio, and Switzerland counties in southeastern Indiana. That includes Gallatin, that includes Carroll, Grant, Pendleton, Owen, Boone, Kenton, Campbell, Pendleton, Bracken, Robertson, and Mason counties in northern Kentucky. And here in southwest Ohio, it includes just Butler, Hamilton, Clermont, and Brown counties. And that's going to be for Thursday morning, not Friday morning. Friday morning is where we have this. That's a freeze watch, and it's for everybody in the tri-state. And I mean, look, let me zoom out. That's for most of southwestern Ohio, including Dayton, including Columbus. I mean, the cold's going to really dive in, guys. And that is why we have not just frost advisories for tomorrow, but also freeze watches for Friday. So once again, just getting prepared, getting you guys ready for what we see in fall. Frosty mornings and sometimes frozen mornings, I should say. Freezing mornings both work. But yeah, I mean, the average first freeze for Cincinnati is October 20th. All I'm saying is that's pretty normal to see it this time of year. And so this is not surprising, especially looking at the latest data. I mean, you saw it there live here on 19 at noon that it's going to be really cold on Friday. Could catch a lot of people off guard. I mean, bring in the sensitive plants, sure, bring in the pets too, but you could also see this present itself as a little bit of a, what's the word? It could delay your morning a little bit. We're talking frost on the windshield that you could scrape off. Have you used the scraper in a long time? Probably not. And also it could mean some weaker car batteries. 'Tis the season for that. And the tire pressure lights, of course, could go off if they haven't already. They could very well, unless, of course, you've had recent maintenance done and they've filled up your tires. But yeah, let's see if we have any questions about these cold mornings. JD's asking how I'm doing today, what the weather for Canton tomorrow is going to be, and to have a good day. I'm doing well, JD, thank you. I hope you have a good day too. And for Canton tomorrow morning, they're not under any frost advisories or freeze watches quite like we are, but I'm assuming they're also going to be quite chilly. So thanks for tuning in. Matthew is tuning in. Beautiful day out there today. Everyone have a great day. You too, Matthew. And yes, it's going to be outstanding weather this afternoon into the mid-50s. And yeah, a little bit on the breezy side, but hey, it's fall. We're used to it for this time of year. Okay, let's quickly talk about your weekend forecast. It's 12:11 right now, and we are tracking fall for your weekend ahead. So today's Wednesday. We're talking about Saturday, Sunday. Temperatures really haven't changed much in this forecast. We're talking highs right around 60 degrees and some clouds sticking around. Maybe a slim rain chance there on Sunday. This is going to be very light where we do see it, and it's going to be really dark and early in the morning. We'll let you know if that changes, of course, if it should affect the Bengals game. But right now, it's looking dry for anyone going to Paycor. Just maybe bring a layer or two. Okay, let's talk about that first alert extended forecast, and then I gotta update some stuff now that there is a frost advisory and a freeze watch in place for the tri-state. I gotta talk to some producers about that, so we'll hurry this up. Middle 50s for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and those mornings. Remember, Thursday morning frost advisories, Friday morning freeze watches. That's how cold it could get. And those numbers you see there, they're going to change. Coming in on Fox 19 at 3, I'll have those changes for you guys. But it's going to be cold regardless of what the numbers say. And then Saturday, Sunday, fall, it looks good. I mean, mostly dry outside of a slim rain chance. And then as we step into next week, there's a lot of uncertainty in how next week is going to play out. Some models are really drying up next week. And one of the most reliable ones is also drying things up. And so that's why we're starting to back off on the rain chances for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, but we're still holding a possibility, so a slim rain chance for Tuesday and for Wednesday. And your first alert on Halloween, 54, mostly cloudy, but it's day 10 of a 10-day forecast. Keep checking in. We'll let you know if that changes. Okay, no other questions rolling on in this afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday, and make sure you bundle up heading in and over the next couple of mornings. I'm Erin Ashley signing off here in Queensgate. Have a good one.